Okay, so I lost my fight against JC Starbody. If you've seen the fight, then I'm going to be going over it in this video. I'm going to be just going through, I would say round by round, but can't really do that this time. Hopefully next time I can. But anyway, I am going to be watching my fight and just giving my thoughts and my analysis just on everything that happened, what I was thinking during the fight. And yeah, it does suck that I lost. It really sucks that I lost, but I don't want to make excuses or anything, and I'm not going to. Yeah. I mean, I guess there are excuses in this context for me, but like none of them were like valid excuses that should have happened. Obviously, I wasn't trained really. I not like putting it on trainers or anything like that. I didn't train. Like I worked out. I worked out. I didn't train for a match. I worked out for like an arm wrestling match or, you know, a bench press competition. Anyway, nonetheless, I trained in my own way. For one thing, I went to Planet Fitness. The almighty gym, I know, the greatest gym of all time. Obviously, so many trainers work out there and so many boxing legends like Floyd Mayweather, Conor Maloney. Why did I tried to say Conor McGregor and I ended up saying my own name. What the I didn't even mean to do that. That was, oh my God. Anyway, obviously Planet Fitness is not the best gym. It's not even really a gym in my opinion, but yeah, I've been going there for so long. I also didn't spar. That was a big issue of mine too. JC Starbody sparred, that's a tongue twister. JC Starbody sparred. JC sparred a lot. And by the way, congratulations to JC. He completely got that win and completely earned it. He completely earned the win. He deserved the win, and I commend you for that. You kicked my ass, man. Full respect to him. I talked to him after the fight. Super nice guy, super chill. And I hope me and him can train in the future. I would love to. That'd be great. We're in the same weight class. I mean, maybe he could help me out a little bit because he's obviously above my level. I was also overconfident, very much so. I was trying not to be, I was overconfident. Without even knowing this guy or seeing any fight footage, I was super confident I was going to win this fight. Just because he never had a fight before didn't mean he didn't spar. Little did I know. I mean, I should have sparred though. I should have. That was a big issue of mine. I don't want to bring this up, but I feel like it's relevant. So essentially there were supposed to be way more fights in the event, but a car accident happened that caused people to not be able to make it. Luckily, they came out all right. Nobody was hurt, injured, or killed, and it's great. I'm glad they all came out okay, but it did cause the event to get shifted a little bit. So rather than being the fourth fight of the night, which is what I was told, I got moved to the second fight of the night, which surprised me. I wasn't even ready. I didn't even have my hand wraps on the first fight. I didn't have anything. And then they told me I needed a tank top, which I thought I could just fight without a shirt. I didn't know I had to have a tank top. I didn't have a cup. Nobody told me to have a cup. They didn't tell me anything. They didn't tell me anything. And this isn't me trying to like denounce anything or try to make excuses as to why I lost. I lost because of me, but there were factors that kind of played with my head mentally. Because boxing is 85% mental. I'd say 90% mental. I lost because of my own actions, obviously, but I will say there were a lot of things in the event that kind of threw me off, like, you know, getting moved and all that. But again, I lost because of me. I'm not going to make excuses and blame it on the USA Boxing people. They did a great job. Great refs, great doctors, great coaches, great organizers, great event. Everything went great. Sure, there were some mishaps here and there. Everything went great. I lost because of my own actions, because of the actions I didn't take beforehand. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and get into the fights. Yeah, the quality wasn't the best in this. So ref is telling us, you know, the rules and everything. We touch gloves. And right off the bat, whenever I stepped into that ring, I looked into JC's eyes and I could tell for a fact He, as much as I wanted this fight, he wanted it more. He was hungry for it. He was ready. I could see it in his eyes. There was no doubt in my mind, and that's where my confidence kind of sank a little bit, because also, you gotta think, I'd never been hit in the head before. This is my first time, and I knew what was about to happen, and I felt mentally unprepared. I didn't realize I was in the ring until the bell rung, and then I was like, oh, shit, okay, let me get ready. And by that point, it was too late. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing a little bit of shuffling and dancing here and there. Yeah, I was thrown off because I'd never been hit like that before. I mean, with headgear, it didn't hurt like terribly. Could have hurt a lot worse without headgear, but yeah, I'm doing a little bit of dancing here and there. I get hit in the head and I immediately go down like this because I was like not prepared. I was like, whoa, I was not ready for that to come off right off the bat. And he capitalized on it, took advantage of it. He wasn't cocky. He was just like, oh, more openings, boom, boom, and like, you know. Yeah, and so I'm trying to, the biggest thing here is that I'm trying to fake him out. Like, that was my original plan, was to try to fake him, like, you know, fake and then go for it, like, you know, feint and then boom. But my feints, the problem with my feints was that they were way too far away from his head. Like, he's right here, and my feints are only going to here. Like, this isn't gonna scare him. This, on the other hand, would scare him, but this is not gonna scare him. Nothing's gonna scare him. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, so it's a bit sloppy from the beginning. He has a pretty good fighting stance. I'll give it to him. He's got a really good fighting stance. I mean, he's a little open. He's a little open because his hands are like this. Because like if I were to hit the glove, then it would go back or whatever. But he's still like ready to block or whatever. Like, he's got a really good stance. I'll give him that. He trained hard, apparently, is what I've been told. And I could tell whenever I felt it in the punches. Yeah, I kind of curled up in a ball here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't mean to be pausing every second or whatever, but I kind of started curling up in a ball. Like, don't hurt me. I was just being a pussy at the time. And yeah, the reason why that I was like trying to get close to him was so I could clinch him or whatever. Little did I know, nobody at this event gave a shit about clinches, like clinching, like, you know, as an actual form of this. Nobody clinched except for me, and I was trying, but I could not get my arms around this dude, I swear. Even though he's small, he is quick and he is powerful. That is the problem. And so yeah, the ref splits us up, and you know, JC, he's ready. You could tell he's like prancing, or not prancing. He's like pacing around, like, you know, he's ready or whatever. He's jumping up and down. I, on the other hand, I'm in the corner. And the ref is telling me, like, you're getting hit in the head a lot, all right? You're getting hit in the head a lot. You got to block these. You got to defend these, all right? And as he's saying it, he's, like, counting. And I'm just like, okay, you can stop counting. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, sure. You had to pull me aside, but I'm good. You can stop counting, make it look worse for me, okay? I'm good. And you could see me in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Obviously, less hair flopping around because the headgear is pulling it back. But I was just like, yeah, I'm good. And... yeah, and what I love about this part here on JC's side is that he immediately went from one side of the ring to the other, because normally corner to corner, right? Like diagonal, or diagonal? Yeah, diagonal. And he went to the other one to where it's vertical. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to like walk across to the middle of the ring. No, man, we were on the complete right side, or I guess my left side, whatever. Oh, you might also see that weird strap chastity belt looking thing. That is a cup, apparently. That was what they had at the time, because I was going out there and the ref came up like, cup check, and I was like, no, nobody told me I needed one. It's boxing. The hands are up here. I still have a lot to learn, man. They sent me back to the back room and put on that little belt thing, which was hard to keep up. So there were a lot of factors in this, for sure. So yeah, and he's got his arm up too. He's got his arm up too. And oh, dude, those hooks, man, those right hooks. I gotta say, they were powerful. And like, I'm putting my hands up like, yeah, I'm good, it's fine. And I didn't realize how many hits he gave me. That's why I was like kind of a little pissed that he didn't like back me away. And here is where I got a couple good shots. Yeah, I got like 1, 2. Yeah, oh, that part. Oh, that part. Yeah, whenever my feet like swished, I don't even know how to do it like this. Like my feet like crossed and I caught myself with my other foot and like I backed up a lot. And safe to say I was never the aggressor in this fight. I was always trying to defend myself, which I could not because my defense sucks. But that part stings. That part still stings. I hated the fact I did that shit. Because I was just like, the second that I landed that foot and caught myself, I was like, shit, this fight is probably over. And then, lo and behold, he stopped it and waved it, and the fight's over. See, they didn't tell me, though. They didn't tell me the fight was over because the bell never rang. The final bell never rang. So I walk over to the corner to the coach, and I'm just like, the coach they gave me, and I'm just like, all right, okay. I know that was kind of rough, and I'm leaning on the ropes, leaning on the turnbuckles. I'm like, because I think it's the end of round 1. So I'm like, where's my stool? Why don't I get a stool? Where's my stool? And then I'm looking around. I'm just like leaning on the ropes or whatever. And then he comes over and says it's over, and we take our headgear and gloves off and everything, and I took off the stupid belt thing or whatever, and yep, congrats, JC. Yeah, I shook his hand in the ring and all that. Went the wrong way to get out of the ring. The announcer shook my hand and told me I put up a good fight. And needless to say, I embarrassed myself. It sucks, it really sucks. Starting off with a 0-1 record, it sucks. It really stings for sure, but I'll make a promise though. I'm not done boxing. In fact, I'm just getting started. I'm getting more equipment. I'm going to get more training. I'm going to get back in a new gym, and I'm going to start working with other coaches and stuff, and maybe my old one as well. I got people who are going to train me more. I'm going to go 15 times harder than I went to train for this fight. And I guarantee you, the next time I'm in that ring, it will not look as bad as this, okay? I am going to fight, and I am going to win one day. That day, last week, just wasn't it. But I will get a victory one day. One way or another, I will. And I am not going to stay standing down with an 0-1 record. Don't get me wrong, I'm making jokes about it all the time. Somebody's staring at me in traffic for too long, I'm just rolling down the window. We got a problem, buddy? Yeah, I'm an amateur boxer. I'm a boxer. 0-1, you don't want this, or whatever. And, yeah, I'll make jokes about it, but of course it still sucks. I mean, I would say boxing is one of the most demanding sports of all time. There are plenty of sports out there that are really hard. This one is one of the hardest, hands down. I've played many sports in the past: football, basketball, baseball, track, a day of wrestling, soccer. I've done all of these. Never once have I been pushed this hard for a sport than boxing. Boxing is its own great sport. It's a rising sport, and it's getting a lot of the youth into it. And I think it's really great. It's getting people off the streets and into the ring, using their anger and motivation in the head for productive use rather than violence. And it's a really great thing. I gotta say, thank you to Jordan Maxey for allowing me into this fight. Thank you to Rodney Walker for helping with the event, or making the event happen, essentially. Skywalker. And thank you to JC for being my first opponent and for being such a good sport afterwards, not being all braggy like, yeah, I beat you, bro. You suck. Like, no, he was really chill, really good guy, and I hope to work with him in boxing again someday soon. But that's all I got. It sucks. It really does, but I am going to use this as motivation. I'm going to stop pitying myself, not peeing myself. That's what it sounded like I was saying. And one day I'll be back in the ring better than ever, and I will have to pick up one of them dubs one day. But thank you for watching. And I forgot how I used to end my old YouTube videos, so here's a random picture that is in my camera gallery. That's nice. See ya.